Because it could be Grog as support, Rumble top. I mean, there's a lot of options here. I guess we're going to wait.
Foster's moving over. You can see Pantheon, though, not in position. There should be a Drake going over to Umti, and it is Hanwha. You can see already about 300 gold in the lead, and Hanwha actually continuing to go aggressive. Lava in trouble, has to flash. As Vista looking for it. Oh, not quite able to get there, as the Harpoon also misses. And there's the equalizer to get
down. And very, very versatile in that regard.
Well, yeah, could be in trouble. Doesn't have flash, remember, as he's trying to get out of the way of this Olaf. Looking now to turn it around, but I don't know whether he's going to be able to. As in goes the man drop. It is going to now be a lot of damage onto Umpty, but Arthur has to flash to get himself out of the way. It's a big knock-up to come through, as already Fred at Breon having a good time, but it is going to be the Ornn taken down, and that's a one for where Lava is, as Delight trying to stay in position. All right, Lava in trouble, going to get stunned up. There's the Dawning Shadow and a very dead Syndra.
Desperately trying to clear this orb, but he's so scared that he's going to get rooted. He actually leaves it up.
Just dead. Yep. Because Chovy knows that he can just put down, okay, Deft out of position. This should be the kill, as he's trying to do as much damage as he can. Dawning Shadow, not going to do anything. And
right now, can they stabilize here to get there is the question, because Hanwha Esports definitely are not going to let them go down easy this way.
Well, there's the equalizer from Chovy. Umpty gonna have to flash to get himself out of the way, as Arthur in a great position with that man drop. That's going to secure the kill onto the Syndra already, and he's in thick amongst the fight. Chovy now chasing after them. Can he land the harpoons is going to be the question. Close to overheating, but not going to be able to get underneath that turret, is now Deft. Chasing after Henna. One more auto will do it. All cancelled, unfortunately, but gets it in the end. No harm, no foul, as that's just
wards. And he almost got punished for it once, but otherwise, you know, he's been free to just completely own that. A really aggressive play for Hanwha Esports that's allowed and empowered
to stop them from doing it. But this counterplay is actually pretty decent, as they are going to get the charge out from Shirley. And they might even be able to take down this turret, as the Drake does go down. That's a great Ornn, but no, interrupted. Oh, fantastic work from Vista, as in goes Morgan now. Dawning Shadow comes down as well as Henna. Going to be in trouble, but does deal with the Camille pretty quickly. But these heals coming out from center are ludicrous. Delight going to go down as well, as now Chovy looking to lock down Lava. The ulti now on cooldown for the Syndra, and has to run away. Hanwha Esports once again.
For that moment. Means that you know this comp has been practiced a lot by the squad.
Well, you've now got Umti trying to take down Vista. He's going to flash his Deft, trying to get that damage done. Ulti's available, and Umti takes a lot of damage, but that potion ticking, I think, had a lot of reason as to why he survived. The man drop, though, is going to say no, as Lava also going to be dead, and Arthur grabs himself too.
So he's not getting any CS right now, and Fred at Breon are, I think, thinking about game 2 right now, as things have just really not gone their way. Rotation over here is to take red, but not even to think about the Baron.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to help out. And Umti is making his way back from base now. The Death Chamber did release him, but not in time, unfortunately, as Chovy up here now with Baron empowered minions. He's going to throw down the red carpet that sort of disappeared a little bit there. That was confusing. But he will be able to take down.
Equalizer does, I mean, a third of everyone's health bars before the fight even starts, oftentimes.
As Equalizer comes down, that's just to remove them from this fight, but also does most of Henna's health bar. Lava as well, completely zoned. No way that they can defend this, as Hanwha Esports. Chovy on the Rumble. It's just so much mid-game damage, and they've utilized it so beautifully.
Because all the waves were pushed. Somebody's got to deal with that. They grouped up to make sure they could push it back.
At this point in time.
Look at how fast Chovy can clear massive waves like this. He is spotted.
Yeah, Moonlight Vigil comes down as well. He's going to take a lot of damage. He has Zhonya's available. Not going to utilize it just yet. Goes into it now, as once again, the Equalizer is there. He's going to flash to try and get himself out of the way, as the Ornn is going to slow him just enough, but it's not going to be thrown back. As you can see, Hoya taking too much damage. Arthur gets towards the top side, doesn't do damage with his ultimate, but now they're corralling this bro roster, as Delight is way too far away from this one. You've got the Dawning Shadow that comes in, shielding up everyone, but it is going to expire, as now Arthur gets himself in. Henna eliminated. Lava suffers the same fate. Oh my goodness, Umpty getting taken down for a double kill now for this Camille, as Hoya wishes he could just bail over the side of this alcove, but I don't think Hanwha actually know. Deft is going to spot him, and goodbye to the Ornn. It's going to be rough to get all of those out without being stopped, so decides not to go for this control ward, as now in goes Morgan. Umpty, he's trapped. And the man drop comes down all too easily. They lock down the jungler, but it might be jungle for jungle, which could be a good trade. But in he goes again as Equalizer comes down as well. Henna can't actually sit there.
He has a Guardian Angel as well on top of his Gore Drinker and Sterox, and he didn't even need it. As Morgan's like, oh, are you going to step forward here? Because I will kill you myself.
It's like 1v2, absolutely no fear at all. Didn't even lose any of his health bar. We're looking for a Mountain Soul at the same time. This is called having your cake and eating it too.
Yes.
As the Baron goes down, they are going to at least try and contest for this one. As Umpty is getting closer. Let's see whether Hanwha Life are going to allow this one. Equalizer is still available. That's what we're going to be looking at as the Aphelios does deny the Mountain Soul, and now Vista has to go golden. Equalizer comes down, but it's not quite enough to stop the Gragas from going. Still, burned to death is the Ornn, and in goes Morgan now. My god, the damage is just disgusting. Avoids the headbutt there with the Hextech Ultimatum as well, and stays alive. A double kill for Deft in the end. That's going to be the ace, and that will be the game. And I correct myself, it's a triple for Deft as the dust settles.
The dust settles, and it is going to be a walk to the finish here. Easy peasy. Hanwha Life Esports again catching Fredit Brion, trying to find anything on the map, any objective. They got the Drake, but they lost their lives for it. But what else can you do if you're Fredit Brion? You just gonna sit back at your base and let hell come to you? Or are you gonna take the fight? I mean, they tried to win that fight, you know, with a 4v2 start, trying to get that Drake advantage, but it's just not enough. And that's gonna be the first map going to Hanwha Life Esports.
Expertly snowballed by Hanwha Life, making sure that they were playing to their win conditions the entire game. The Nexus falls down at 32 minutes. It's a bit later. Grit, it should be a pretty comfortable situation as it's not going to be Aphelios. We're going with the Vayne from Deft, and he played this in their last series.
Operate around this Drake, though. Delight is going to scout this out, but I think he's just unfortunately too late to do anything.
Yeah, they don't have the Lilia in the area. This blue buff. See what else they can transition into as Lava will get the face breaker off onto Chovy as Vista. That's a really long hook. As the Weaver's Wall comes down, Arthur wanting to get over the wall but doesn't find the flick. And now Hanwha Life Esports in position to back away as Hoya throws down the barrel. Perfect delivery onto the Thresh. And towards Bro as we're going to even out the Drakes as well, as we're going to have to keep our fingers crossed on Cloud Soul or not. As good avoidance there from Lava. He's so quick. As the tower does go down in favor of Hanwha Life first as Morgan, there's the World Ender, so much healing. As you can see, unable to get that third Q though, as Hoya does have a body slam, and he's going to get out. Just a lot of regen on both sides here as Vista is going to spot these two, and it looks like they're going to try and escape. Umpty in position, he gets immediately exhausted. He will be able to grab himself the Drake, but at the cost of his life, and a kill over to Chovy, which is down by about 10 CS, but probably fine, actually, for a Vayne in this matchup, as Chovy knows that he needs to ult out of there. But Arthur not going to be so lucky, and he'll be taken down very far down. Is going to be able to move back now to relative safety, as now Chovy looking for Lava. He's taking so much damage. Haymaker not even going to be utilized, as I believe it was on cooldown.
Set being the mid laner and not a Syndra that will just simply burst down. Like, Set's a lot more survivable. But if you're picking Set just so you don't die to Chovy, not as good.
Yeah, true. It's like not utter domination, but it's not like the problem solves. In goes Hanwha Life Esports. Chovy finds the ulti into the backline. It's a double flick kill. As just before he goes back to his soul, Chovy grabs yet another kill.
They see that nobody's there, so they're actually getting confirmation that this is not going to be...
And if they do, then they just break off and grab themselves the fight. As Barrel is going to slow down Vista, the Baron does just fall down, as Vista's going to throw back the hook. Chovy now looks for the ult. He doesn't actually find anyone and immediately goes back to the Unbound Soul. He'll fall asleep. He gets further away. Henna now trying to fight in the exhaust is immediate, but Chovy should be going down. They lock down the Yone, and now it's the Gragas that's out of position. You can see Deft trying to get into the right spot to start off this fight. He grabs a double kill to begin this one, but he's down to 200 health now, and Morgan picks up the charge. He's gigantic on this Aatrox, and yeah, you may...
He runs away, they realize it's safe, and they do make a collapse onto the Baron. They're just too far behind at this stage, and the exhaust to try to buy time. He's got a stopwatch now, so this fight could look very different than that was available previously. But yeah, that was actually really nice crisis management from Hanwha Life Esports, all things considered.
Yeah, I agree.
It could have actually been way worse if they hadn't played it perfectly like they did, and if Morgan wasn't so ahead.
Well, one thing that we...
looking for a turret.
Yeah, one thing we do need to say is that Chovy now doesn't have the Baron buff, so his split push isn't quite as powerful as the ulti comes in immediately. They lock down the Kaiser, and you may have been saying Choky in chat, but you are going to eat those words now as he gets the perfect pick. And now Hanwha Life will be able to wreck these turrets.
Yeah, this isn't Matilda, unfortunately, for Fredit Breon.
No.
Miss Crunchball's not putting anybody in there. Hoya is being played by Danny DeVito, and it's not a happy ending for his character in this.
It's actually a different length when it's Chovy that's playing. As he was thinking about grabbing an Infernal Soul, but now Hanwha Life want to stop this Baron from being taken down. This is an aggressive play as Morgan getting that flank. As we set up the wall, Arthur wants to flash in, is going to steal away the Baron, and now the fight should be going in favor of Hanwha Life. Arthur goes into his Zhonya's. Can he keep himself alive? It's Chovy fighting off on the backside. Death is free hitting. This is going to be an ace, and this is going to be the game for Hanwha Life Esports, and they make it look easy.
That's it. GG for this one. The series is all locked up. I have to say, Fredit Breon, I really like the decision to actually try to group up and take the Baron fight because they were getting cut off too often. Chovy was killing split-off targets. The target priority, you know, of trying to lock him down and trying to set for sleeps on him just was not working. They grouped up for a Baron fight. They almost were able to rush it down. They got to take that fight on their terms. That was the plan. But the execution of the defense was too good. The, ult in, steal away the Weaver's Wall there from Arthur was perfect. And they just ended up getting a great team fight with the flank there from Morgan. I thought it was a good idea from Fredit Breon, probably their best that they had, the best decision they made all series, but it was, again, too little, too late. That's the end of it.
Yep, that's going to be game. Hanwha Life Esports continuing their